Joining us now, running for City Council, 1st District in Richmond, Mike Dickinson. Mike, great to have you, man.
Good morning. What a great weekend. Good morning.
Hey, Mike, look, you told me about your rally in Richmond. It was going to be car rally and honking horns, and I figured, all right, Richmond, downtown, 15 people. Oh, my God, you had so many people there. Tell us about it.
It was a massive turnout. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be just because all throughout the last, 6 months as I've been campaigning and talking to people here in Richmond and the far west end of Richmond, people support the president, but they can't say it publicly because their fear of being intimidated or harassed. So I decided to do the Trump train rally, which is popular. They've been doing them all across the country, and what a turnout. It was massive. It was Trump flags, American flags, as far as you could see on Broad Street. And it was close to, I want to say some of the estimates of 400 or 500 cars. We had, before we left, Delegate McGuire showed up, Nick Freitas showed up, and we're talking to the different people that were there. It was great. It was a huge event. And I was so happy to see so many patriots turn out and be proud of supporting their president and get the word out as opposed to Election Day.
And, Mike, you were the one that organized this, right?
Yes, I put it all together. It was my idea, and it was just something I did because, I'm a fearless supporter of our president. I've been that day since day one of him, and I just support him. And I thought people like support. People want to get out and support him, and the reason I did it was because, like you were just saying, if things were, I know things are going to work out on Election Day for President Trump, but if they don't, 20 years from now, when America was on the brink, I want to know that I did everything possible to help him get reelected. I don't want to, 20 years from now, if America's a socialist country, I don't want to sit back and say, well, I just sat around on the bench when all this was going on. I want to know that I energized people, and I showed that I wasn't afraid to stand up.
Mike Dickinson back with us. You have this rally. I thought maybe you'd get 100 people. You got 500 people. Right, that's
yes.
got to bode well for your race, right?
Yes, massive. A lot of people are talking. And like I said, I had a feeling. There's a lot of people that want law and order, that want President Trump's agenda back and restored, especially here in Richmond, where things are going terrible. And we saw a little bit of that during the rally in the Trump train as we went down Monument Avenue. It was good. It was good reception from everybody until we got to the area of the Lee Monument. From the Lee Monument to the VCU dorms on Monument Avenue, it was like a war zone. And those kids, I don't know what's wrong with them or who has taught them or where their parents are at, but every one of them standing out there, flicking people off, cursing at you, throwing things at you, trying to rip flags off of people's cars, no respect, no education. I don't know what's wrong with these kids down there, and we need the police to be enabled to go down there and put a stop to this criminal behavior. Like, that whole area has been ruined. It looks like a war zone. It's embarrassing.
It's sad. It's just sad that happens. But look, you had 500 people there. I mean, you're in a 3-person race. You're the underdog. There's no question. But you're out there campaigning. How do you win this seat?
I've been talking about from day one law and order, and there's so many people in my district. District 1 has the highest percentage of home ownership. We want law and order. Neither of my opponents will say they defend the police. Neither of them will say they support the police. My one opponent, Andres Addison, said that defunding the police is a good idea. The other guy, Mike Gray, he's too timid to take a stance on it. He won't speak about it because they all want to cater and pander to these people that want to defund the police and reimagine is the key word, reimagine public safety. I don't think we need to reimagine public safety. I think we need to support the police, the law and order. We're a country of law and order. Neither of them will talk about that. We've had different online forums for 6 months. They haven't one time said they support the police at all. They haven't at one time said that they support small business and homeowners. They talk about all of these other liberal ideas. We had a forum, good example, we had a forum last week online, and there was a question, and I don't know how they come up with these questions. What do you think about making a tax on plastic bags in Richmond? Not one question about the police or the burning of Monument Avenue and destruction of Monument Avenue, but they want to talk about plastic bags. And I'm just like, do you not see what's gone on in Richmond the last 6 months? It's terrible. And so the way I plan on winning is just by continuing to talk about and be out there, campaign, talk about keeping the city safe, talk about backing up our law enforcement, talk about doing everything we can to support homeowners and small business. And, and fix the city schools. We have to fix the city schools and not with some crazy, bloated scam where the results, the city schools are an absolute mess. We're paying more now than ever, and we're getting less results than ever, terrible results. And the superintendent's got time to send political emails, and I just don't understand. We've got to get somebody in city council who is business-oriented, that will support the rule of law and will demand results. And that's what I'm putting out there, and that's what I'm hoping to get elected on.
Have you had any forums with the incumbent or the other challenger? I mean, how have they gone?
Yes. We've had forums online. We've had probably 4 or 5 online forums. I've offered to host debates, or I have other people that other organizations that will host in-person debates. But like all of the Democrats and liberals, nobody wants to do an in-person debate these days. They're afraid to. So the forums and debates have all gone well. I think, in my view, I think that I come across in them as the style of myself and the other two. It's a very stark contrast. You have one person, me, that's saying he supports the police, that's coming out and taking aggressive stances on things that are important to the city, and then the other two who just talk around the issue or won't say it. Like I said, we've had 6 months, and Andreas Addison, the incumbent, and Mike Gray, the other challenger, they won't say they support the police. They won't say it. And I've tried to corner them every forum, and they still won't say it. And I don't understand how hard it is to say that you support the police. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable, Mike. I tell you what, I'm really impressed by your campaign and how hard you're working and what you're doing. I think you got a heck of a shot to win District 1. I know Kim Gray is pretty comfortably ahead there. She should win that. How do you see the mayor's race going?
I hope Kim Gray wins. She's the only person I think that can save Richmond from the mayorship. Stoney is absolutely terrible. He's going to ruin the city. He's trying his best now to ruin the city. There are a lot of questions about the $1.8 million he spent on statue removal, and if he had the legal authority to do it. I don't think he did. The city attorney told him he didn't think he did. I think that Kim Gray knows from her experience on school board and on city council how to maneuver and get things done. I think that she understands working class Richmonders. I think that she's the one that can lead the city forward. The other people running, Justin Griffith's not a bad guy, but for him to win, he'd have to do something that only Joe Morrissey's been able to do, which is go into some of the minority districts and win those. And Justin, I don't know, Justin, he can't. I don't see him doing that at this point. He doesn't have the name recognition.
Justin's at 3% in the polls, right? So he's going to get eliminated. This is a 3-person race. Alexis Rogers, the incumbent LeVar Stoney, and Kim Gray. To get elected mayor on the first ballot, you got to win 5.
Yes.
You got to win 5 wards. I think Kim Gray's got a shot to take this thing on the first ballot. She's ahead in 1-2. She's ahead in 1-2-4. She's tied in 3. She's tied in 8. She wins those 2. She's got 5. She's a mayor. I think she's got a heck of a shot. Now, if she get into a runoff and Alexis Rogers is getting 18-20%, where do her votes go? That becomes the question. You got an anti-Stoney vote, but then you got a very progressive, activist, liberal vote. Maybe that splits. I don't know where that goes. That's the wild card. I think Gray now is got some momentum, and I think she's got a heck of a shot to win in the first ballot.
Yes, so I think she's got a tremendous shot to win, and she would be what the city needs. And I've been supporting her also since day one. My other opponents, they've been too timid once again to say anything or take any stances. And I've been saying since the very beginning that I supported Kim Gray for mayor, and I think she's got an excellent shot. She's going to win District 1. She's going to win other districts too, and I see her as winning. So my support's behind her 100%.
All right, Mike Dickinson, I want to thank you for being with us. Hey, Mike, people want more info on your campaign for City Council District 1. Where do they go?
They can go to votedickinson.com or they can go to Facebook, The Real Mike Dickinson.
All right, The Real Mike Dickinson. Mike, thanks for being with us.
All right, thank you as always.